Hello, everyone. I hope that everyone is doing well. I hope that you all have enjoyed your holiday today. It is a really beautiful day here, and I hope that it is beautiful wherever um, each and every one of you are. The topic that we're going to be talking about today is trauma and not physical trauma. So, I'm not talking about traumas that are related to accidents like a home fire or a gunshot or a car crash, but I wanted to talk about mental traumas and how they affect people's lives. And some people don't even realize that they have suffered a trauma. They don't realize what that trauma did to them mentally. So, as humans, we are going to go through things. I think going through something is just a part of growing. Yes. We can't mature into who we're going to be without a little suffering because that's just how life is set up. It's not always fair and we don't always like it, but these situations can do things to us mentally and we never address it. We a lot of us are not even aware of it. Even breakups affect us and they place traumas on us, and we don't even at the time realize that we're suffering through the trauma. We go through things and we think to ourselves that, oh, it's okay, I'm going to go through this and then I'm going to get out of it and it's not going to affect me at all. But it does have an effect because a lot of the times as people, when we are going through things, we don't realize that we have to take time to go through it. Everything has a mourning process, whether it's a breakup, whether it is a loss of a family member, or whether it's just the ending of something that you've been going through for a really long time. Like a lot of college students don't realize they're transitioning into adulthood when they're leaving the college life. That can have an effect on you. The same thing with high school students. When your senior year is over and you realize that you're going to college and you're not going to be with your parents anymore, that can have an effect on you mentally. All these can have mental effects on us. And if we're not there, if we as teachers, parents, and whoever, is watching somebody go through something, if we're not there for these people to talk to them and coach them through things, it can have a bad effect on them. And I know a lot of you are probably thinking, why are we talking about this? What made you talk about this? What made me talk about this is because being in the legal field, I hear so many stories of people from people, and they're always talking about things that transpired in their life. And a lot of it is from, I would say, the age of maybe 10, 12, and 13. There's so many stories that people that are in their 30s and late 20s and sometimes even 40s can tell me, and they all stem from them being adolescent age. Like they didn't even become a teenager yet. And all I can think when I hear these stories is this person is traumatized and was never able to process it or deal with it. And no one else was there to help them deal with it because they themselves probably suffered through things. And a lot of people's mentality is, if I got over it, then you can get over it. And this is the wrong mentality to have. It takes a long time to process things. It does. And sometimes when you're going through something that is very difficult for you to handle mentally and it hurts your heart, it is very hard to get through it because sometimes you feel like you just want to die. We never want to suffer through anything bad. And I'm talking about everybody, all people. We don't want to go through things that hurt because they hurt. That makes sense. But unfortunately, nothing lasts forever. So we're all going to go through things. It's just how we go through them and how we come out of them. Because a lot of people don't come out of their traumas, they stay stuck in that place. So, say if you did lose someone, or say if you were in a really good time in your life and then that good time ended, a lot of us mentally stay stuck there and we don't even know how to get out because we so badly want to go back to that place that made us happy. We don't realize that if we move forward, if we mourn that loss, if we close that door, there is another door waiting for us, and happiness is on the other side of it. But we don't realize that because we don't utilize resources that would help us. Like, a lot of people think that it's funny if someone is talking to a psychiatrist about their issues, but it's not. It's healthy. It's healthy to release things. A lot of us don't have good release. What is the word I'm looking for? Not We don't have good release outlets. A lot of us don't have good release outlets. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that sometimes we will turn to maybe smoking cigarettes if you already didn't smoke cigarettes, or maybe drinking a little more wine than you should, or something that can have a negative effect on us physically and our health. We will go to things that is not good, even overeating. Because some people, when you're not feeling well, or when you're not happy, or when something makes you sad, the first thing we want to do is sometimes run to food, because we think that, it's food and it's comforting me, it's chocolate or it's whatever, but it's comforting me, so why not? But we need to have different outlets. Like, we need to learn how to communicate. We need to learn how to talk. And even if it's not to a professional, we could learn how to talk to, someone that we really care about. We can open the discussion. We can say, you know what, this has been heavy on my mind. It has weighed heavy on my heart, and it's got me stuck. Like, I can't move away from this. I need to talk about it. I need to understand it. I need to grow past it. So I say all that to say, start checking you mentally. Like, start reevaluating things that has happened to you and that may have you stuck. Because a lot of the times when we go through things that stunt us mentally, the things that we want to do in life to grow, we can't grow from that because we're being held back by our own minds. And these things can lead to very, very severe things, like, constant panic attacks. They can lead to mental breakdowns. Well, I will say nervous breakdowns. And I'm sure you all heard of that. They can lead to strokes. They can lead to aneurysms. There's so many things that your brain can do, because if your body keeps on taking in information and keeps on taking in things, but it's not releasing it, everything has to cycle through. And if it's not cycling through properly, it will damage you. So don't stay debilitated. Don't stay stuck. Don't stay disabled in your mind. Move past it. Learn how to talk. Learn how to free yourself. Start working on yourself. But the first thing that you have to do to work on yourself, to understand if you are going through something, you have to be honest with yourself, because you have to understand that you being honest with you is going to help other people receive you better and be honest with you too. And it's going to grow you mentally. So let's start cutting out traumas in our life. Let's start thinking about what we have been through, and if we got through them, and if we got through them properly. And it's going to hurt, because going over things, like rehashing moments that you thought you closed the door to, can hurt. But if those doors are not closed all the way, they're going to hold you back from the things that you want to do. And it's going to hold you back from that ultimate true happiness. So let's get happy together. Talk to you guys later.